This is the Spelunky speedrun guide. I'm gonna go over some things that'll help you get this achievement. This is one of the hardest achievements to get in the game. First of all, you're going to want to stop and grab some gold and open up the crates if they're not too out of your way. Like if you see them on the screen and you don't have to use a rope or a bomb to get them, then always go get them. It's worth a few extra seconds. You never know what you'll get. And if you can, carry around a pot or a rock or something like that so you can set off these arrow traps so you don't have to waste a bomb or a rope. And you're gonna want to be running the whole time because your goal is to beat every level in under 30 seconds. Now some levels you're gonna beat in 10, 14, 15 seconds just because the level is laid out nicely for you. Other levels you're gonna have to zigzag all the way through and it's gonna take more time. And ideally you want to get a compass early on like I just did there. I would almost recommend just restarting if you don't get a compass in the first world, because you're probably not going to make it to the end without the compass, because you can get there so much quicker. You know where you're trying to go. And don't even mess with those giant spiders. They take way too long to kill. Not worth it. So you got to be a little patient sometimes. You can't just be, recklessly running towards the exit. Some spots are just going to be a little hairier, and you just got to work your way through them. And you're going to need your health, so don't just run around and take hits for no reason. So we're doing good here, staying under the 30 seconds. Now we've got the Tiki Traps. And one thing to keep in mind with the Tiki Traps is that if you're holding the right trigger, the Tiki Traps are going to come out early. Like I just jumped and hit right trigger, and that Tiki Trap tries to come out early to hit me whenever I land. But if you're not holding right trigger, they don't jump out like that. See, I bought the climbing gloves, which is pretty nice when you make it to Olmec, because you don't have to worry about roping yourself back up. I had the extra money, so it was worth it. The Dead or Restless levels, you really want to try to get one of these. These are super helpful. You can get lucky in these and get a cape. There's always a shotgun in these levels. You just have to look for the gravestone marked Ash, and you just bomb next to it and you will get yourself a shotgun. Now in this run I only had 2 bombs, so I decided against getting the shotgun because I would have had to use 2 bombs to get that shotgun. So I just decided to pass on it this time. Usually I grab the shotgun right there, because in the temple levels, if you don't have a lot of bombs, you can actually kill the mummies and kill the scepter guys. There's the cape. You kill a vampire, you always get a cape. Now they're not always here, but you can get lucky and find one, and this will greatly speed up your time, especially in the ice levels. It was a good thing that I didn't use my bombs to get the shotgun, because I wouldn't have had a bomb to kill the vampire. In the dark levels, well, you may get unlucky and have to deal with the dark level. Luckily I had a cape, so I could just glide down. These levels are usually quite terrible. And I lost my torch. If you lose your torch, you're almost certainly going to die. But I dropped it all the way down and was able to just glide down, so it worked out. It didn't even get hit. And that was just because of the cape. Otherwise I would have probably taken a couple hits there. This is an unfortunate start. You're probably going to get something bad like this eventually. Queen Bee, as soon as you start, not very good. But luckily I have 1 bomb left, and she was just running into the wall. And I was able to maneuver out of the bee's nest. You don't want to spend a lot of time in there because there are a lot of bees and you can take damage really quick. These ice levels, if you have a compass, they're so easy. You just one thing, if you don't have a cape for this part, is you don't want to drop down before looking to make sure that the exit's, you know, in the right spot, because sometimes you can get yourself trapped where you can't make it out, and if you don't have ropes, then you just have to die because you can't jump far enough. But luckily I have the cape, the climbing gloves, and a compass, so these levels can't get much easier. You can just drop down anywhere and just start gliding over there. There's really not a whole lot to worry about. You just don't want to run into the Yetis, because if they hit you, you're probably going to die, because they send you flying and stun you. So I'm making up really good time on these ice levels. So if you were going a little slow in the jungle and the mines, this is the area where you have to make it up. You're going to need about 50 seconds to kill Olmec. Already on 3-4, pretty much beat all these ice levels in under 15 seconds. Now, if you're unlucky, you might get the my fur is wet level, and that has a giant Yeti, and it's kind of hard to maneuver through. And the psychic level is even more of a pain, because it puts the big block in the middle, and it's hard to get around. But we're already in the temple. You have to really take your time here. So if you have good time from the other levels, this is the area that you really just want to pick your spots. You don't want to be running through anything that looks too difficult. You want to avoid the Egyptian Anubis guy at all costs. This guy will kill you in one hit with his scepter. So if you have to run around the level to get past him, do it. He's not worth dealing with. And sometimes you can trick him into running into Tiki Traps. So look for that if you have no other choice but to fight him. And right here I see a mummy right away, and I'd have to follow him down this hall. That's going to take too long, and I can't kill him. So I'm just going to bomb through. This is why it's nice to have bombs for this area. You can just go straight to the bottom and not waste a lot of time. And that's what I did. You gotta watch out for these hot guys. Do not make them angry. Don't run in front of them. Always come from the back. If you make them angry, they move really quick and jump like the shopkeepers. And also, you want to try to avoid making those crocs angry, because they teleport into you randomly. They're very hard to predict, and they can kill you instantly. And now we're at Olmec. You have to do this a very particular way. There's two options on how to beat him, but you have to do it really quick, because you're under time restraints right here. So you let him kill the first hot guy, and then you just stand a little bit to the right of him, and you just keep doing this movement right here. Now some people like to just step out in front of him and do that, but I like to move back and forth. I feel like it gives you a nice flow, as opposed to just staying there. And you got to watch out for all of his guys that he shoots out, like that frog. You got to use your ropes to defend yourself. And that's pretty much it. And hopefully you made your time here at the end. I've seen a couple people on the leaderboards that were just short, maybe because they took too long in the temple. But that's how you beat Olmec. And that's it for this tutorial. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.